Hello everybody, welcome to Daily Pips Trading Channel. I hope you're enjoying your day. I'm Ignas here with you, and we're gonna talk a lot about futures trading today. So month of March is coming into the middle of it, and what happens in the middle of the month that ends the quarter, for example March right now, we start using a new futures contract. So let's dig in. Let me show you around on how I navigate the market itself, why I'm starting to look at the month of June for majority of the futures markets I'm trading with, how to find that information, what to look for. And if you enjoyed the video, leave us a like, subscribe, and don't forget to join the Discord community. Let me start with saying you have to use barchart.com, right? So if we go to barchart.com, you have to enter this website once a quarter, basically. And why is it once a quarter? Because you want to know what kind of setups you're looking at in terms of futures contract being matured, right? So every option trader talks a lot about their maturity rates, when their contracts are maturing, when they're looking to get out of their positions, and so on and so forth. We use it for open interest, basically. So just to give you an example, right now on ES 500, we're trading a March futures contract. We actually were on a live stream just recently, opening a position, banked 0.8% actually on the account, which I'm very happy with on a day like this. But anyhow, coming back to the topic, since it is a March contract, we have to switch the contract when March contract expires and matures, right? So how do I know and how do I track what kind of information track once a month in terms of what kind of contract I'm working with, right? Sorry about this. I hope I caught you in the right time, and I still hope you're enjoying the content we're creating, but let me interrupt and say how highly we would appreciate you guys leaving a like to this video right down below. So just go ahead and do that. And one more thing, a lot of good stuff is happening on Discord community day in, day out, whether it is a day or night or the weekend itself. Lots of good stuff happening there, so don't forget to join that. Let's get back into it. And the information is very simple. Barchart.com, you select a commodity, which is, we're talking about S&P 500, in other terms ES, and we were just trading ES March contract in front of you guys, and we have an open interest of 1.7k million, whatever. I don't even care what that number means, but June interest is 700k, and it was literally 600k 2 hours ago when I checked with my Discord crew. And very simply, as soon as the open interest for the next upcoming month, which is contract of June 2024, becomes higher than the current month's contracts interest, we're shifting into another chart on TradingView, and we're doing our analysis not on March or ESH 2024 contract, but we're moving to June, and month of June is something that I'm gonna try to prepare in front of you guys, and so let me do just that. So we were working with ESH, which stands for E-mini S&P 500 futures March contract, and M is a letter for June. So we're gonna open up June contract, and we're gonna start taking a look with what do we see. Okay, so in preparation to the upcoming 3 months of work, basically, I'm just literally gonna do my chart in front of you guys, and if you find it insightful, let me know. So monthly order block resting right here. We're taking a note of that right away. This is something we're gonna have to see if we can work with or not later down the line. And next, I'm gonna go through the process with you guys in terms of what I'm trying to work with. And on the monthly chart, that order block, let's just keep it in mind. Don't have to keep it on the chart necessary, but we have a weekly fair value gap here, and we have a weekly order block resting right below it. So on the weekly chart, we have a bullish OB that I'm marking off, and we have a very nice bullish structure right here in terms of a weekly fair value gap, and one more weekly fair value gap resting right below. Yeah. What else do we note? We note sell side resting below, and we note buy side resting below. Current market price. So this is the dealing range we're working with, and on that dealing range I'm interested to see equilibrium, right? So everything above this weekly fair value gap is premium, below it discount. So if we start pushing below, this is an interest point for me to continue higher. Very, very simple. Put it down in your notes. You're gonna see that panning out at some point. Why? Posted this on Discord as well. Structure like this, which is a trend line, right? Everybody's drawing a trend line right here. Structure like this never stays in place. It never does. Just trust me on that, right? So let's start playing around with it. So that weekly fair value gap, all good right there. First thing that I have to note is daily sell side liquidity resting below here. A little bit of sell stops and a swing low actually resting below here. And sell side resting below. Yesterday, last week lows. And one more thing that I have to put in my notes is a weekly volume imbalance right here. And guys, very simply, if you want me to stop somewhere, explain something, just let me know. I'm happy to do that, whether it will be Discord later, live stream right now, whatever it is. But these are my daily levels that I'm gonna try to work with. I'm not noting this volume imbalance because we have an order block, no order block here, and we have an order block right here. So I just have to keep in mind this daily liquidity and keep a note of this fair value gap itself, which has a low right here in mind, but not gonna over clutter the chart itself, right? And one more nice thing that I do to myself, not that I'm trying to hurt myself, whatever, but I'll keep these as weekly PD arrays, right? These are weekly PD arrays, and and these are what? These are daily PD arrays, right? And these are also daily PD arrays. So we're gonna start creating groupings here. Daily. What did we call these seconds ago? Weekly, right? So it just makes my life a little bit easier. Getting control of it and maybe hiding something I don't want to see, right? So, and I'm gonna use this chart setup for the next 3 months. So I'm gonna put a little bit of work into it, okay? Otherwise, what else do we see? We see a possible inversion panning out right here, right there. I'm not gonna note it on the chart, but just an interest point for me. So we have all-time highs that I will note to myself as well, and we'll see if we can work with it. So going lower for our chart, right? There is nothing that pulls my interest right away. This run to the downside, yeah, but I won't know that at all. Buy side taken. Last week we created an all-time high. This is what is holding the price in right now, right? So I'll take a note of that. but I'm just literally gonna jump straight into 1 hour chart. And you see how much I'm not looking too much, how I'm not looking too much backwards in terms of charting itself. So I'm just literally not doing it because I don't trust in the market remembering and the algo remembering anything that is longer than 60 candles. So just if you take a look on the hourly chart, this is where 60 candles is. So I'm not interested in any fair value gaps below or anything like that. The market is probably just gonna rip through that. But what I'm interested is in what is happening in the last 60 candles, right? So we have a 1 hour fair value gap right here. What I'm noting also is a bearish breaker block. What else can we work with? Let's note this fair value gap pushing the price to the downside, meaning that I will know that it is not actually necessary to go up into that point to attack that bearish order block, breaker block, right? Because we already worked with it. So let's do this. Sell side resting below here. Yes, please. Do we have anything else we want to work with? I'm also just looking at the setup I had from on my hourly chart on the old contract. And we actually don't have anything else. We just have a lot of sell side in terms of daily liquidity resting below. And this is becoming a quick one, right? So 15 minutes chart. Very clean. Buy side resting above. Noting that. All-time highs. Breaker again. There's nothing that is an interest for me on the left except this 15 minutes fair value gap. So I'm gonna call the market right here, right there. This is gonna be recorded though, guys, so it's probably gonna post in a few days from now, whatever it is. But watch this, just for tape reading purposes. Come back to the video, come back to what I talk about here. Almost 1 to 2 risks the reward if this closes above 15 minutes inversion panning out. See, let's see. Otherwise I'm actually done with the 1 hour notes, so let's do this in terms of 1 hour, right? And we had 15-minute notes, so let's do that. I'm never actually keeping 15-minute notes on my index charts, but what I always do is new week and new day opening gaps, right? So this usually takes a little bit longer because what I'm interested in is I'm interested in pulling all that data from previous charts onto the current one, right? So current week, new week opening gap is always easy. We just got that done. But what will become more interesting is all the previous new day and new week opening gaps, right? So for new day opening gaps, let's just do 3. So we have 1 new day opening gap. Let's do Wednesday to Thursday last week. We're getting that done. And we probably won't do anymore because literally I already see that how choppy the price is. So I'm not gonna waste any time on that. And since new day opening gaps are not that important in terms of keeping them for a long time, I usually get rid of them quite quickly, 2-3 days after I use them. So, and watch this, watch this panning out. So, but yeah, what I have to do though is scroll quite a lot in terms of new week opening gaps. So we're gonna see when the markets get choppier and not too nice to play with. We're gonna see if we can do a few new week opening gaps onto the chart, but I'm just checking if I missed anything of importance that I wanted to work with from my old setups. So buy side resting above, we have that, not an issue. New week opening gap, and I'll do two to three new week opening gaps for myself, and just simply to have it on the chart. And if I'll see that the market is way too choppy, I won't keep them, but this is good enough. We can work with that. So one. Let's see. What do we have? Thursday, Friday. Thursday. Friday, right? Thursday, Friday. And we should be zooming in at some point here. Sunday. Yeah. So this is interesting. We won't even be able to play with it too much in terms of new week opening gaps. Because we're literally are not able to do it, because the only stuff that we can see on our chart is the current new week opening gap and new week opening gap resting right above it. So I'm putting that on my charts, moving them onto my setup, and we're gonna see. So two new week opening gaps, market currently bouncing from that 4-hour fair value gap, and my interest for this week is very simple. Everything below this breaker block, you can see it much better on 1-hour chart, is bearish for me. So buy side, even though resting above, I'm interested in that being taken, but I want sell side targets to get placed in a way. Yet if we start pushing upwards from this or breaker block into this 1-hour fair value gap, I'm not really interested in 50% level being broken, because we have a order block in that 1-hour fair value gap. So I'm noting this order block on 15 minutes chart, and I'm gonna put it as my report on this upcoming week. Everything below this order block and 1-hour fair value gap is towards sell stops, resting below 5120 ish, right, as daily liquidity. All time highs are still my interest, but I'm not interested in them being taken up until the point breaker block, order block, and that 1-hour fair value gap holds the price. Okay? This buy side is being taken though, and kind of guarantee that. Let's go to NQH 2024, just to take a look at what we're dealing with right now, and having that in mind, let's prep the NQM 2024, so we can have the charts ready for the next 3 months as well. So keep in mind of this order block on monthly, and this gives a much better picture in a way of price action that we can work with. So we have an order block on weekly right here, right there. We have a very clean structure in terms of push to the upside beforehand, downside resting below, and a weekly fair value gap right here. So we have a dealing range that we can work with, right? Buy side liquidity, this is in terms of all-time highs, right? A lot of weekly PD arrays though, which I like that. And sell side resting below here. So this goes quickly, but in a way, why it does? Because I know what I'm looking for. So this is simply that monthly order block. I want the price to draw into it before going higher. So what kind of PD arrays I'm working with? The price will get stuck here at the order block. Sell side liquidity as a target and low of the quarter probably at this weekly fair value gap. If we go any lower from where we are right now, right? Sounds simple, but kind of get used to looking at the chart and you just simply start looking at what is being placed in front of you. And you don't try to work with anything else but the price that is being delivered for you. So on daily, liquidity resting below here, and sell side resting below here as well. I won't note this, but what I'm gonna note is this volume imbalance holding the price in, right? And what else can we work with? Sell side resting below, daily liquidity, that's cool and good. Anything else I want to note? Fair value gap. So this is going to be interesting. We have the same fair value gap here on daily, just like we had on in ES. So we're going to see if we bounce away from it or not. But I don't really care because I know that we're delivering lower prices, at least for now. So we're gonna see how we can work with that. Interestingly enough, NQ broke below this 4-hour fair value gap, right? So I'll keep it to my notes, and very simple. Similar setups, I'm looking at both charts, right? NQ, 1-hour fair value gap resting above the market price with a breaker block right inside of it. This looks a lot better than it did on ES. So I'm gonna be interested in trading NQ a little bit more compared to ES this week probably, right? Otherwise, sell side being taken, so push to that order block is very appreciated. Bounce here towards 1800s, it would be awesome. So we'll see if we can do that. 1 hour for value gap though here, pushing the price to the downside. I'm noting that. Buy side liquidity resting above here. A note on that. And that's it. I don't have much else to work with. The only thing that maybe it helps to know that buy side was taken here, so it could be something that we can note better. Just not to miss it when the setup comes into place later this week. So 1 hour notes. Going lower into 15 minutes. Exactly the same like we had on ES as well. Bearish order block, 15 minutes chart. I'm noting that, and that's it for my 15-minute notes actually. I don't have anything else to work with here. But what we can work with is new week, new day opening gaps. So let's do that. Current new week opening gap right here, right there. We note that, and then we go into a few, at least a few new day opening gaps, and after that I'm gonna be done and dusted with my prep work for the upcoming 3 months. So what is it, 20 minutes into the game? And I'm almost done, and you see how easy that is, and how easy it is to maintain as well. If you just follow what I do step by step, you can easily get to this in no time as well. So we have a new day opening gap right here. Let's take a look if there's more cleaner price action we can work with. Not really. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna note this. No, I won't. And I'm gonna look for new week opening gap from a week ago and see if we have anything clearing / clear to work with. We do. So we're gonna take a note of these bad boys right here, which is right here and right here. And that will be enough for me. So we're literally gonna keep this here. We're gonna do new week opening gaps here, and we're gonna group it together as well. And with grouping it together, very simply what I do, so this is not cluttered at all because there's only a few lines on the chart, but sometimes it gets cluttered up, so I just group it together and then I can just hide it or display it in front of me, and it becomes very easy. So I hope you like this, hope you enjoyed this, and very simply guys, not only I'm finishing my setup for the next few months and showing that for you guys, I'm finishing the stream today as well. So hope you liked it, hope you enjoyed it. Have a beautiful rest of the Monday, and see you guys tomorrow, this time on Discord actually, privately, and we're going back live on YouTube on Wednesday again. So have a good Monday, cheers, and bye bye.